Now, another member of the royal family in the news today, Mike Tindall, husband of Zara, formerly Zara Phillips, daughter of Princess Anne, granddaughter of the Queen. I mean, I've already said this, I'll say it again. He seems like a really good egg, and I believe you do know him.
Yes, well, I mean, I've worked with him on TalkSport and know from his sporting connections. But I also do spend a lot of my time in various fields around the country following three-day eventing, of which Zara is a former world champion and a regular competitor. And they are completely down to earth. They turn up on a Saturday afternoon and it's just get stuck in and enjoy with the children watching mum compete Mike gets stuck in. He's wheeling the pram around or whatever. It's a pretty life of basically living out of the back of a horse box throughout the summer. So they're all hands in, and you can see what he's saying about he didn't get the best seat in the house, but there were a lot of people who probably didn't get a great seat in the house in the Westminster Abbey. As they crammed 2,100 people, I think it was. There were big screens dotted. He may have been 3 rows from the back, but it was still a lot was done around corners and in different places of the Abbey. So he may not have been able to see everything. So he was feeling that he didn't quite get the best view in the house. But I would suggest a lot of people didn't get the best view in the house. They were just privileged to be there. He always does his podcast with a bit of, there's always he said after the funeral and even after the Platinum Jubilee, a bit of, a little bit of gossip comes out of it, but it's fairly harmless gossip in a sense that he couldn't see as much as he wanted, and he didn't know whether he should dance at the concert when Platinum Jubilee, when Lionel Richie got up, started singing. So he didn't know what to do at certain times.
Well, he said he didn't think he better dance in case the King didn't dance. But I don't know whether that is current protocol, that you have to wait for the King to dance before you could dance. I know you can't just leave before the King and Queen leave, but I don't know whether you have to wait for them to dance. Do you? You would know this stuff, Rupert.
Well, I think when you're married to the niece of the King, you're probably in a slightly more difficult position. Anybody else probably could get up, but if you're sitting 2 or 3 rows back, there probably is a feeling of you might feel a bit self-conscious if you're the only person strutting your stuff. I'm not that I've ever seen Mike Tindall dance, so I don't know whether he's into the dad dancing phase or his moves are a bit better than that.
Well, we know that he says he has a signature move. I can't name it because it's not fitting to use such terminology on TalkTV. We're on another station, I'd happily say it, but here we're very smart indeed, and we don't use those sorts of words, Rupert, do we? But it's a certain move where you essentially drop right. I mean, I'm not going to reenact it now because I mean, I could. It's not that I couldn't, but I'm not going to. You drop to the floor in a certain way, reminiscent of a certain kind of person whose morals are no better than they ought to be. And apparently he's jolly good at it, he says. Well,
I think, look, he was a former World Cup winner, knows how to have a good time. And that's his charm. He's unreconstructed. He just gets on with it. And that's why they're such clearly a very happy couple. There's no airs and graces. They get on with it. And that's and the way Zara was brought up, it's a get on with it, no fuss and bother, a bit like her mother, and just get on with it, enjoy life. And that's what the Tindalls definitely do. Mother's still competing. She was the week before the coronation. She was out in Kentucky doing all right in a major event there. I'm sure she'll be back out competing already. So they're a fun couple, even though we may not have had a great view.
I think we'll leave it there. They're a fun couple. We'll draw a line.